Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Clean Slate Video Club. And today we're going to take you guys deep into the Australian wilderness. And we will try to survive from an Australian man. You know, something that I don't think I could do.
The most dangerous thing in the world, an Australian man.
This is the Clean Slate Video Club. We do reviews. We do, kind of historical breakdowns of movies sometimes if we're in the mood. But today we are reviewing the film Apex from 2026. This is a Netflix original movie. Let's hear that log line, though.
All right, so guys, I'm Daniel Garza.
Gay.
Oh my god. I'm leaving it in. Okay.
That's fine.
A mountain climber haunted by a fatal decision in Norway retreats to the Australian wilderness for isolation. Retreats.
I guess.
Her journey turns into a
wow.
desperate hunt when deceptive local targets her as his next ritualistic prey in the bush.
All right. So I do feel like we will probably spoil this movie. Probably pretty heavily in this review. So do you want to just give your watch it or not before we jump into our actual thoughts?
Yeah, I would say this movie, just try it out. I think maybe it could be like a fun, like, date night, we're staying in type of watch. But it's not reinventing the wheel here. So I have a lot of critiques on this movie to where I really didn't, it could have definitely been a lot better.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, this movie has a lot of the ingredients for a great movie, and it doesn't 100% deliver. This director did do other films that I kind of have mixed feelings on, like Beast, which is the one with Idris Elba where they fight the lions.
Wow.
He also made that movie Everest with what's his name?
Was so bad. Jake Gyllenhaal.
So this guy has a history of making a certain type of movie. And this one feels like a mixture of his two types of movies. And it just doesn't work for me. But I still would recommend it. I think it is still a fun movie. Just from a performance standpoint, I guess. But yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so guys, let's really break it down. Starting from the characters and acting. What did we think? Break it down.
Yeah. From the acting, I mean, Charlize Theron does the way she always does. I feel like she's good in this overall. She's not like playing that. I feel like she got stuck playing like that tough character, like that's like a badass, like look at me kind of thing. Okay. I feel like she's been stuck playing that character, and this is a step in the right direction where, like, yeah, she's still a tough character, but she has weaknesses and other things going on. Maybe not the best written character overall, but could have been worse. But Taron Egerton, again, his character's not written very well, but the performance I think is a lot of fun. He does this kind of like, you reveal that he's a cannibal and like trying to recreate this ritual, and he does a good job being creepy. I think the teeth thing, that was kind of a good bit for me. I thought that was fun. We talked off pod that it does become similar to like the performance you see in, what was that movie, Split?
Yeah.
And I would agree with that, where it does feel like maybe a little over the top too much. And also this is more of a issue with the plot, but I feel like they don't spend enough time with the cannibal stuff or the ritual stuff. Like, it's such a side note of this movie that I'm like, there's a cooler movie in there that they could have done. Or even if this was just a climbing movie, that could have been a cooler movie. There's so many directions they could have gone, and for me, it just gets lost towards the end there. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I'll kind of talk about the story in a second. In terms of acting and performances, I'm gonna say Charlize Theron. I love a lot of the things she's in. Like, one of my favorite things that she's in is A Million Ways to Die in the West. I think she's really funny in that movie, and she works really well, like in comedy. But
she's just pivoted to action films so hard.
she did, yeah, and she kind of got caught up in that. So this was kind of like it felt like almost where the slope of Bird Box, when like Sandra Bullock just started getting into all these types of films. So I don't know if that's the case. Maybe when you're an older woman in Hollywood, you need to start pivoting to survival movies,
Bird Box movies.
So, but Taron Egerton, I really like what Taron Egerton is doing with his career, because he is jumping from damn near anything that he wants, and he does it really well. Now, again, kind of like what we said, the performance, like, at a certain point, it does become, like, just this over-the-top psycho crazy person, which, again, there's no real depth in that. And it doesn't leave a lot of room for, like, it to go anywhere besides even crazier and even crazier. But, again, with the writing in this, which we'll talk about right now, it doesn't help with their acting and performances. Like, the writing in this is pretty bad. So anyway, I'm going to give acting and performances a 2. It's the highest thing that I actually am going to rate.
I'm going to give it a 3 just because I really liked his performance.
Okay,
I had a lot of fun with it.
2.5. Okay, so now for story and writing.
I convinced you that easily.
No, I was trying to figure out the numbers in my head.
It's hard. I feel like I always give 3 and 2 to like every movie.
Yeah. No,
So
we had a couple movies where we were all in
consistent.
4s and 5s, but
Which happens a lot for me, so
that's true.
I just like
Carson's
movies, man.
easily
Swayed.
Anyway, so story and writing. I have a long bit about this, but do you want to talk about your thoughts on the story and overall writing?
I mean, again, I know you have your whole thing. You're ready to go on a rant, so I don't want to steal your thunder. But the beginning of the movie starts as like this climbing movie with her husband. He dies, yada, yada, yada. I didn't know what this movie was about. I just heard the advertisement on another podcast.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, kind of sounds like it could be a fun action movie. That's not what this is. But I thought maybe it would be like a climbing movie, though, at that point. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of here for a climbing movie. I've been reading The Climber, which is a climbing-themed manga that's pretty fun. So I was like, okay, we're going to have like, oh, she's going to come back and tackle the mountain. And instead she goes like, she's like, screw Norway, I'm going to Australia, which is, it's just so random.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't really know. I know her goal is like to kayak Australia or whatever, which again feels random. Like, 'cause she acts like she's not prepared for this for some reason. Like, she doesn't know the way to go, so she's gonna follow some random stranger's advice. I mean, I know like suspension of disbelief, right? But that's not how her character was originally written. So just making her naive out of nowhere kind of felt like a betrayal of the character they were setting up.
Yeah.
And then they come back to that original character again towards the end with that final climb revenge moment, which is the only reason they have that at the beginning. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of great ingredients for the plot. I think they could have leaned more into the cannibalism horror aspect, or maybe they could have leaned more into the adventure climbing aspect. Like, there's so many ways they could have gone, and they just tried to keep it in the middle of, like, it's almost like multiple movies. So it just didn't work for me. But
yeah, to me, in my opinion, this is kind of like an easy bake oven type of movie. You just kind of apply everything that's already been done with new people, and then like a somewhat different ingredient of just being hunted down now but it just doesn't work. Like, honestly, if they would have had notes of like Green Inferno in the movie, I don't know if you watched that one. That's like a heavy cannibal movie.
Yeah, maybe
it's a horrible
lighter
movie.
I thought it was going to get really dark, and it didn't.
Yeah, but kind of like what Carson said, my main issue with movies like this is that they always put the most traumatic thing for a character at the very beginning, and this is a big horror movie, like, I would say, flaw.
Trope.
Or yes, is that they often have this horrendous thing happen to them, and then now they have to fight for their life not much later, and it's almost like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think it works. I don't think we needed the death of her husband at the very beginning. So for me, it kind of just feels like lazy writing to just be like, here's some more intense things, which instead of making like a previous life super intense for her, we could have just added more intensity during the actual film. Because, kind of to your point, she's an experienced, like, survivalist type person. So if we were to call this movie Apex, I would have thought she has the capabilities to equally fight with this guy, and to like it almost becomes now who's the real apex predator, her or
I
him?
thought that was gonna be like a send help kind of dynamic at one point.
Yes, and in reality,
here for.
it becomes more. It should have been called Prey. Like this movie was just her getting hunted down, and for some reason, sometimes the gazelle survives the lion, and that's kind of what happens here, because you see his track record of how many people that he's actually taken out, and it's a lot. So for me, this movie, it could have been, Carson said this earlier off the podcast, but it had all the right pieces. They just didn't do it really well. So for me, story and writing, I'm going to give this a 1. This was so bad.
I'll give it a 1.5.
Okay.
Because I did
we can never be on the same
fun.
page.
I had fun, okay?
Yeah, you had fun. Yeah, for me, I kept rolling my eyes too much. Like
Yeah, you took it too, you were...
It's just hard. It's hard
more
when it's
understanding
bad
of it as
scripts.
it was happening.
And then when they overly showed the compass throughout the entire movie, they're like,
no, that was bad.
This is
significant. I started
significant.
laughing.
Remember this.
I literally was laughing. And at the end of the movie, I was like, okay, the movie's over. And then she goes to the ocean, throws in the ocean. I was like, when does this movie end? I was like, why is this happening right now?
Yeah. Well, that leads perfectly into our cinematography and visuals. The script is on the nose, but I also think the cinematography
are on the nose, dude.
On the nose. It's like, do not forget this, remember this, and it's so pandering, I think, to just watch.
Did the special effects hold up for you? I'm curious, because I thought the first mountain really took me out for a minute.
Yeah, it was really fake.
Okay. And this world didn't feel lived in either. It felt like there was no animals and like no people anywhere in this movie.
The one snake. There's one snake in the Australian jungle. It really did.
They could have filmed this during,
I would say the coolest thing that I saw in cinematography was when she's going down the Whitewater Rapids, and there is, I don't know why they didn't cut to this more, or just keep using it, because it was the best thing that they had, but there was a camera attached to the back of the kayak when she's going down, and she like flips over, and it flips over with her. I was like, that's awesome. Like that brought me into the intensity of it, and it was that was the only thing I think that was the only time they did it.
Yeah, they kind of ditched the whole kayak thing pretty quick too. It was not part of the movie.
So what about you? I mean, we both kind of agree the cinematography is on the nose, but anything else?
It's not like aggressively bad either, though. So I would give it a 2.5 because it does what it needs to do. It's just not creative or interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably give it about a 2.
Loki, if this had better cinematography, it could make up for a lot of those script flaws, I feel like, and make it a more fun movie.
Yeah.
Like, if they just were going crazy with, like, crazy camera moves and editing and stuff, I'd be like, okay, they're having a different kind of technically proficient movie, but that's not.
Yeah, a lot of the shots are just tracking shots. It's just them following her run in the jungle, or,
It's like, is John Wick technically the best writing ever? No. But do they have a lot of fun with the camera and the action? Yeah, and I thought that's what this movie could do, and they don't do that.
Yeah, they couldn't even do that. They didn't even do that.
They should have.
So, okay, so for editing and pacing, I'm going to just keep this one quick. Editing and pacing, I actually think they could re-edit this movie, and it would probably be really good. If you, like, all the elements are there. I think you could probably take out the beginning. You can throw in a couple of things here and there.
It's a relatively short movie too, though.
Yeah, it's only an hour and a half, so I think you can.
So
I think you can whittle this down to 45 minutes, and it'd be a great film. But
low-key be a great short film, like a 20-minute short film.
Yeah, low key. But the pacing of it was pretty bad. I think like they did really, really well in the middle-ish section of building the tension.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing they really did well. And then it just slows
once they
down
get injured and they have to
more.
climb out.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be like the big part of the movie, like is them climbing out, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so bored right now.
Yeah, well, that's their night as dark as just before the dawn. So like right there, they
slowed the movie down.
A lot of movies slow down right before they get really intense again, but this slowed down to like a turtle snail pace. and then it picks back up to a walking pace. It was not interesting by the time they get back to the final climb. I was like, oh my god.
On Letterboxd, the 2 top reviews are he's bald and he's torturing people who have hair. And the second most popular review is James McAvoy was visibly unavailable for the film. It's crazy.
Bro, we should have a segment of we just read funny Letterboxd
reviews
on this. Oh, that'd be funny.
We should read Letterboxd reviews that are bad for our favorite movies.
That's good. That'd be funny. We can make those short episodes.
That could be our new bonus episode.
Okay. All right. Overall thoughts. I think this movie sucked. I thought it could potentially be good, but sometimes I have a habit of looking at the reviews, like score beforehand. So I think
you can't do that.
I think sometimes that taints my vision. But in this case, I don't think it did. I think this movie is as bad as it is advertised.
Yeah, I would give it a 2.5 over, maybe a 3 overall. Yeah. Like it's worth watching if you're bored, but don't expect much.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for Apex. Like Carson said, it is on Netflix, so go check it out right now. Let us know what you thought in the comments and see if you agree or disagree. Did we miss the mark? Is this the best movie of 2026?
It might be.
It might be. Guys, this is movies we missed, by the way, this month. Welcome to May.
Thanks for that. That was good.
Is this May? Or did we miss a week in April? I think we missed a week in April.
I don't know, man. It's just going to come out at the end of this week. That's
it's going to come out at the end of this week. Guys. Anyway, guys, go follow us. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go follow us on Instagram where we post all of the information that you can find anywhere else. And we will see you next week with another movie review. Be kind, rewind. Peace.
Peace.